Why I'm always tired. Hello, dear ones. Disclaimer: if you are triggered by sad experiences, please feel free to watch a different video. This video is for everyone who wants to face their own vulnerabilities and find ways to live with them. My name is Mona, and I have spent the last 7 years living in my car, always on the move, always searching for a place where I could truly find peace. Now I'm standing at a new point in my life. Soon I will move into my very own tiny house. My first real retreat in a tiny suburb of a small village. My deep exhaustion has been with me for a very long time. It is more than just being tired. It is the story of my entire life. I tried to get a precise diagnosis, but inpatient treatment was denied because I was considered to be too well, and outpatient psychiatrists didn't have enough time for such a comprehensive evaluation. So I started writing down my story, and today I would like to share it with you. I tried to gather everything that might have contributed to my chronic fatigue, including indirect causes, in chronological order: my life journey, childhood. When I was 5 years old, my parents divorced. That marked the beginning of a time filled with uncertainty and loss. From the age of 10, I had to get up every morning at 5:30 a.m. to catch the bus to school. In the evenings, I often couldn't fall asleep because my parents would laugh loudly every 15 minutes. Their living room was right next to my bedroom. From the age of 10 into my teenage years, I repeatedly had nightmares with experiences of depersonalization. I felt disembodied, as if everything around me were cold, hard, and far away. Already as a child, I developed early symptoms of depression. I often felt worthless and endlessly lonely. Because of severe acne, I was bullied at school. My appearance became a source of shame and exclusion. Starting around the age of 10, I also developed anorexia, a desperate cry for attention because I was excluded from family life. I wasn't allowed to sit in the living room with the family simply because I wanted to talk. Early adulthood. At 18, I finally moved out. Freedom, and immediately a huge burden on my shoulders. I fell into the superwoman syndrome. I wanted to do everything on my own: career, children, building a house, success. I wanted to prove to everyone that I was strong, capable, admirable, and therefore lovable. At 22, I had my first child. At 24, my second, and neither father offered any support. The responsibility became overwhelming. I struggled through work, single parenting, building a house, and accumulating debt, but suffered repeated burnouts along the way, traumatic experiences. Between the ages of 16 and 26, I experienced several sexual assaults. I confused love with sex and was hurt again and again. In 2008, my children were taken away from my care. For years, I was bullied by a social worker from child services. It was a constant emotional burden with no way out. In 2010, I lost custody for good. The despair was overwhelming. I lost my will to live. After these events, I gradually developed misophonia. Suddenly, everyday noises became a source of fear and panic, later burdens. I began living in my car, always watchful, always on guard, never truly safe. In 2020, I quit smoking, a very important decision, but I lost a major coping strategy. I started seeking comfort in food. Sweets became my way of dealing with the emptiness. During this difficult time, I also offered intimate videos and similar content online in the hope of receiving attention and affection, but it only brought new emotional wounds. On YouTube, I was bullied and manipulated. Once again, my trust in other people was further broken. Health challenges today. Since 2014, I have been taking medication to prevent nightmares and help me sleep. It helps, but it also makes me even more tired. My heart condition and the side effects of the medication take a heavy toll. My body is exhausted, and so is my soul. Today I understand my exhaustion is the logical consequence of a life full of struggles, losses, and overwhelming demands. My new path. Now a new chapter begins. My own tiny house, my place in nature, my small home. I will stop fighting against my exhaustion. I am learning to listen to it and to give it space. I allow myself to heal at my own pace, gently, step by step. And maybe my story will give others courage. Courage to take themselves seriously, courage to love themselves, courage to create a real home, both outside and inside. Thank you for listening. If you liked the video, I would be so happy if you gave it a thumbs up.